Welcome to Slop in the Shop, here in my shop with Jim Dedman here at Saw Logs Plastic Hubs. Slop in the Shop is my weekly video blog. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It could be anything, and it has been anything. So usually this week I will tell you that some of the race car footage is some of the work we've been having to do because of the damage at the races, so a couple little old small machine projects. I don't really know because I've got 2 or 3 different things going on, and I don't know how much I'm going to use this week as I go into the editing. But I do want to make an announcement before I encourage you to get your soft drinks and all the stuff about propped up. Next week, this slop will be on a Wednesday. I'll have to look at my phone right quick, but next week, let me look and I'll tell you. Next week will be October the 30th is usually the Wednesdays when I release slop. There will not be a slop on the 30th. I will be out of town on my cruise, so I won't be here with you next week. I have a video I'm going to release Thursday because Friday we're leaving. So you'll see a video Thursday this week of something I've been working on, and you won't see a slop next week, but the week after that we'll go right back to slop. I don't have it. Right now I'm behind and I don't have a lot of slop built up, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me on that. Okay, with no further ado, get yourself propped up. Find that easy chair if you're using the wide screen, or prop your feet up. Get you some popcorn, some beverages, and if your other half, like some of the viewers says, watch these things. Get your friends around, and we're going to start feeding these internet piggies today. I hope you enjoy my little mix of slop this week, and we'll speak to you at the end. So with no further ado, let's get started feeding on these piggies. Good morning, this is Jim. I've got some items for my slop this week. I didn't do much filming because I run into some problems. One of them was this morning I need to add air to Chris's tires, and this line right here on my pecs broke. So I had to fix it, which is not a big deal. But I didn't have all the stuff I wanted. I actually had to grind some of these off here out of the old pipe to use couplers to save me a trip to town. So I reused them. And then I just took a piece of Durlin right here and made some clamps to hold this up against the building. Then I got another project inside I'll show you too. Good morning, this is Jim. I'm going to try something new here with the GoPro. I've got the boom mic turned around to the back so the sound, see if that improves the sound of it. The race car is still on the trailer this morning. It's a rainy morning. The main reason it's on the trailer this Wednesday morning is, quite frankly, I need a helper, and all my help's been kind of busy and can't come help me. So I'm trying to speaker around backwards, and I've got some slop to work on today, and I'm gonna be in the shop doing machining actually, and I just thought I would bring the GoPro out and use it and try this today, but because I want to see if turning the microphone around improves the sounds on the video when I use the GoPro. There's several projects I want to do, so we're going to unlock the shop, go inside, do a little work this morning. So thought you might enjoy that. All right. Greetings. I'm going to show a few clips of where I unloaded this race car and put it in this slop. This is going to be kind of stuff I did to work on the race car a lot. It's going to be a lot of little machining projects and a few other little things. So I hope you enjoy this part of the video. First, it's going to be about 4 or 5 still pictures. Then we'll go on from there. So have a good one and enjoy my still pictures. Okay, for you non-gearheads, this is a small block cast iron Chevrolet intake. And it's a marine intake, and it's supposed to be the hot ticket for our cars. And mine, we're racing, my car don't have this intake on it. It's got an earlier version, a non-EGR version that you would find, not this one. This is actually off of a boat. They say it's marine. It's for a marine application. And it's supposed to really give you a lot of bottom end torque coming off the corner. This particular combination engine we're running is like something like a Z28 stock engine that would be in the 70s. That's kind of what the rule package is. Cast pistons, certain size cam, vacuum lifts. I mean, you can run Holly on the car. We do have, the one we bought, it had quadrajet. Our engine builder, the engine builder that done the heads, said that the quadrajet's a better setup. So I don't know, that's what we're running, so we'll try it. And what we're probably going to do, well, it depends on sponsorship. If sponsorship comes across that we're expecting, we'll probably just take the engine to our engine builder and have it rebuilt and put this intake on it, or just fresh it. So we don't know yet where we're going to be on our finances. So this is an intake. I've had this for several weeks. I found it on eBay, and I got it at a good price, and somebody locally was trying to sell a couple of these. They wanted, I got $65 in it, counting it being sent here to the house from Arkansas. And normally that particular intake right there, right here locally, some of the racers have got some for sale, and I know they've asked $100 a piece for them. So we got a good buy on it. It'll have to be hot tanked. In a future video, I'm going to make a plate for this. This is to be blocked off. It's the only thing I got to do to it, and it'll be made out of a piece of aluminum here in the shop. So we're going to do that. But outside of that, that's all we need to do. So I'll make a video of that to show you. Okay, here's something I picked up, and I never hardly get this lucky. In a yard sale, not last weekend, but a couple weekends ago, and I haven't had time to show it on camera. That is a 0 to 12 Shear Tomiko depth mic set. And the seller had the price on it. Haven't even taken it off yet. So I've had this about 2 weeks, and I thought that I'd include that in this next slop, besides a lot of other things going on. Good morning, this is Jim. I got a problem. It's not a major one. On my GoPro, I don't know what caused this to happen, but my GoPro decided the mount to break. Not the one inside, but this one here. So what I use is, I don't have no fancy gimbals with my GoPro. I just use a shop-made handle, I think. Whoa, what's going on there? I'm crazy at this thing today. GoPro's been acting foolish. So I actually had another mount, so thought I cut the camera off, but must have didn't. I'll probably got some weird crap when I go to download this stuff. But that there's, my mounts is fairly simple, what I use for my handheld stuff. This is what you see when I do a video. I've been trying to turn the microphone around backwards too. I'm trying to get rid of, there it goes. I've been noticing I have a sound issue with the GoPro. And I think part of that is, this is a directional mic. If you're in front of it, I've noticed, like if I'm doing a self-type this way, it sounds good. So I'm going to try that. Hopefully you'll get a little better sound when I use my GoPro shots. So with that being said, there, I see it done. Okay, this is Jim. I just want to give an update. Earlier I have put out a video of our weekend at the big race at Carolina. And I asked for feedback in the comments about whether you like this content or not. And at this present time, I've only got one negative comment about the racing video, and the rest of them's fairly, out of the ones I've got, is positive. So what you'll probably see is in these Slop Wednesday videos is where you're going to see some of the race stuff put in. I'm going to try to mix it in with the machining on Wednesdays. I think that's the plan right now. So, you know, I don't want to get completely away from machining, because I still want to do that, obviously. I've just got an extra hobby, and there's going to be pieces, with these race cars, there's going to be pieces made. So, obviously, one of the things I want to make is a GoPro mount for my other GoPro. And to do that, I need to machine it, because they do make them, but they're terribly expensive. So, we're going to come up with our own homebrew GoPro mount for the race car, and that's going to be one of the things. And what we're going to do is use the older GoPro for that, because this one is very expensive. I'm not going to cough up my good one for that. Or I might even go out and buy, if the video don't turn out good, I may later on buy a cheap other sports camera and do video with it. So that's the kind of the update on the racing. So, I've got some other updates I'm going to show you. I've already shot some video I got it, and I'm going to kind of give you an update on that. I'm not going to you've already seen the manifold, and I've already started a video series, or I'm going to have video on these tool blocks from Mamco. And I'm going to work on them along the way. And this is so what I did with them, if you'll notice, I machined 3 sides of them after I welded them. So now they're ready to be dovetailed, and I'll start on that next day or so when I get a chance. But I have a project for the day, so I'm going to work on it. I'm going to do a quick project you've already seen. I'm just going to do a couple quick clips of this. Might as well go ahead and I'll tell you what, let me just do this different one. I'm starting out. Know you guys like to see me knurl, so what we got here is a piece of stock, and I'm gonna make another nut. A friend of mine, one of my friends has got one, but another one doesn't. So, a friend of mine who's pitted beside of us at KOC, his mom is Chris's hairdresser, and so I talked to his buddy over at the garage, and the message always, you know how things get confused, not related, but I'm gonna go ahead and make one of these and take it probably today or tomorrow or someday I'm out and about over by his mom's beauty shop and tell his mom there's that new nut for the race car. And if he changes carburetors or whatever, let me know, I'll make him another one. It's just easier when you make these, in my opinion, to go ahead and just knurl them to begin with. And I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing. I'm just going to do a couple clips to put in my weekly video there for you that we put out. But basically, this is the way I like to start I'm starting with the knurl on the top. It's a lot easier to machine everything else that you need to machine. I'll have to get my measuring tools and O-rings ready and all that stuff, some drill and taps. So just, you know, I ain't gonna bore you with the whole thing. This is setup. I know you've seen me do this, and it's, you know, basically I touch here, calculate the inside point, move it in, then I set it, and then I move it in about 50 thousandths. Then I need to come out about 50 thou back out just to get the O-ring to work. So hang on here, boys. So I got an indicator you can't see that sets down here on the ways. And the reason I do it this way, if I make a mistake right now, I don't have to hold in. And see, this also allows me to check my fit of my O-ring and make sure it does. Sometimes that guesstimation, it don't always work out. So what you can do is you just go back in there. It takes a pretty good size groove for the O-ring just to set in there and fit. Because we're going to glue it anyway. There we go. So now I just have to take a piece of sandpaper and Scotch-Brite and kind of knock the burrs off. That's how that works. 15 minutes later, I have another breather nut. It's just that simple. And this is for a friend. So, you know, friends in low places, so to speak. Sucker sets up, it'll work. Hey, in my saw is a center link. That's actually one out of the race car that was damaged during the accident. The tie rod ends are bent. This end over here is just completely destroyed. So we're waiting on a new one. This is a stock piece out of a Monte Carlo, by the way. So I'm going to use, I ordered one from Rock Auto. So what I'm doing right now is sawing it off. Everett says this makes good steel up in Canada. So we're going to find out. I mean, it's sawing good. This is a forging, so it should be good material. I don't know what the grade would be, but I'd assume it'd be along the line of 8620. So what I'm doing is sawing the where they forged the holes out, because obviously that way I can just put it in my stockpile. And I about to forget where I had it at, and I was walking back to the house a while ago. I'm waiting on my nephew to come. We're going to bleed the brakes on the race car here in a few minutes. And that looks like that's pretty good steel right there. Oh, by the way, thank you, Everett. That's such a great idea. I don't usually have junk car parts, but I'm gonna give Everett a shout out on this one here, because this sure is, that's this material, and that's good, you know, smaller material, good to work with. So I'm gonna saw this other end off camera. Just in case you're wondering, this is the damage to the unit. You can see it right here. You can see how the ball joints more or less, or this is destroyed right here in the center link. So you see how it bent it actually. You can see how it's worn and bent, and it's basically just jammed the fool out of it. So sort of useless as a race car part or steering linkage. Might make some material. Actually, I hope you can see this. Let me turn you a little better there. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and see what I'm doing is just taking this one I have it sawed. Since it's just one piece and it's not that much accuracy involved, I'm just going to saw it right here in my vertical. Here's a good thing to show you. You see me saw a lot of soft material, so it's a good thing to show you how well my vertical actually works, and how well my homemade vertical saw works. So it's a good demonstration. And I'll remind you, this is a very inexpensive, cheap, I'm going to use the word cheap blade off of Amazon from China. It's not a quality Starrett or Linux or anything like that. It's just they call it the eye machinist, what they call it. It's stuttering a little bit, but that ain't. Real time. Alright, now I got another little piece of material here we could use. I mean, I know it's a little crooked, but we could turn this and still get something out of it. So, hey, you know, I would throw this away anyway. So, you know, it don't get the full diameter, but that's still a good forged piece of steel. Okay, I hope you enjoyed Slop in the Shop this week. As any of my videos, or most all YouTube creators, these are copyrighted productions. In my case, it's Saw Logs, Plastic Hubs, or Jim Deadman. So really appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us here in the shop. Watched us feed the pigs this week. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you just stopping by to visit, how about considering being a subscriber and a member of the family? We're getting extremely close to 1K. I've got to make a 1K gift that I'm going to give away. There's one other thing I want to say too. Comments are always welcome, and I'm going to say something on the subject of comments while we're into the comments and making talking about comments. On the comments, there's certain people that I have a trouble, their comments sticking in YouTube for some reason. There's a couple individuals. One of the individuals is a good friend of mine, and he knows about it, and we go back and forth, and I don't understand why it does it. The other one is a gentleman who emailed me last week, or made a comment last week about my email, and I've tried to reply to him 3 times through YouTube, because evidently he missed it at the end of the video. If you look at the end of the video where you'll see my little sticker thing, he'll have my email address there for you. So all you got to do is just pause it and write it down. So it's there for you, but if you don't get a response on my comments, it may be something like that. I can do some on the PC and some on the tablet and some on the phone. I kind of do all 3. These certain individuals, it seems to have to be a PC oriented for some crazy reason. I don't understand why. It don't make sense to me. But it's probably something about YouTube and how the channels are set up and some things that's way above my head in the technological world. So with all that being said, I hope you do enjoy this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video. And I'm going to remind you, there will not be a slop next week. You will see a video Thursday of a project, and the next video you'll see will be 2 weeks from Wednesday when this is released, because Chris and I was going on a cruise. So you guys be thinking about me. I'm not abandoning you. I just don't have anything enough to where I can schedule one for that day. I've kind of went through my slop pretty quickly here lately. Usually I have projects built up. So I'll remind you again, I won't be with you next Wednesday, feed the pigs. So I hope you all have a great day, great weekend, great week while I'm gone. And we'll be right back with the slop in 2 weeks. Have a good day. We'll talk with you later.